High five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Mike's
Top 5.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I like that graphic, baby. That's how I actually look under this sweater, too, man. I don't know if y'all know that or not, man. My abs are, I got about 4 abs, and 2 of them, anyway. At number 5, the San Francisco 49ers. Disappointing season. Injuries are taking a toll, obviously. Once again, it's Brock Purdy, the guy. Brock Purdy's a serviceable quarterback, but Brock Purdy is not a great or iconic quarterback. Brock Purdy needs people around him to be a really good quarterback. The IU contract situation early in the season may have hurt him, and now he's out for the season. Just got McCaffrey back, but is it too little, too late? And once again, the last time I was on the show, I told you. I said if McCaffrey doesn't come back and he's effective, San Francisco 49ers were not going to make the playoffs this year. And they have a very hard schedule to end the season. Once again, the San Francisco 49ers have not beaten a team this year, even though they've won 5 games, over 500. Their wins against the Jets, the Pats, the Seahawks, the Cowboys, and the Bucks, and they just lost to the Seahawks the other day. So at number 5, the San Francisco 49ers, my 5th most disappointing team in the NFL this year. At number 4, the Chicago Bears. 4-6 on the season. Expectations super high. You draft Caleb Williams. You get Rome Odunze. You get playmakers. You get Keenan Allen to come in there. You're thinking the offense is going to take that next step. You think the way they finished the season last year with guys like Bajan in there at quarterback, made a run at the end of the season. You think this is the season. Hard Knocks is there. Everybody's hyped up for the Chicago Bears team. You got a phenomenal defense. They're still playing great. You still got a top 10 defense in the National Football League, 7th in scoring wise, but you're just 4-6 on the season because you can't get it together, and Caleb Williams isn't having the season that you thought he was going to have. Once again, we talked about them firing their offensive coordinator, Shane Waldron, bringing in Thomas Brown. We'll see how they end the season, but they've lost 4 in a row after a promising 4-2 start. So because the expectations were so high with the Chicago Bears, they are my 4th most disappointing team in the National Football League so far this season. Number 3, the M-E-S-S mess.
Only
And
number 3?
Only number 3.
Wow.
Because they are the M-E-S-S mess. I'm not disappointed because they're always disappointing.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, you had some expectations, but you were relying on a 40-some-year-old quarterback to come back off an Achilles injury. I've torn my Achilles twice. I don't play in the National Football League.
Really?
But it's hard to just walk coming back, man. I'm still having issues, and the last time I tore my Achilles was 11 years ago.
Oh.
I still have issues. So you expect a man who's a little mobile back in the day, and like Aaron Rodgers was an MVP 3-4 years ago. Don't get me wrong, so he still has some game. But you put everything, you bank everything on this guy. Aaron Rodgers, just like if you talk about LeBron James and the power he has when it comes to the Lakers and other teams, the same blame goes to Aaron Rodgers for what he brought in. Bring in Devontae Adams. They fired a head coach. Now they fired the general manager. They demote Hackett, his offensive coordinator. Aaron Rodgers is not playing for the New York Jets after the season. And then Diana Rossini comes out, great article in the Athletics. Woody Johnson, once again, tried to bench Aaron Johnson after 4 games.
That's crazy.
What? Then you fire your head coach, and you've gone, 1-5 since then? It's not him. It's not the head coach. Once again, the organization, Woody Johnson, the Jets. And the only reason they're at number 3 is because my expectations weren't that high in the beginning. Not that high.
And a lot of people had them in the Super Bowl.
A lot, but that's just nostalgia.
Yeah.
That's just people.
Who are these people?
Who are these people?
Peter Schrager.
Yeah. Okay. Peter Schrager had him in the Super Bowl? Yeah. Come on, Pete. Come on, man. Everybody has a cold take every now and then. But yeah, the Jets at number 3. At number 2, the Dallas Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? This brings me a lot of joy, a lot of glee.
Tell hater.
It is. I'm a hater, but I'm an admitted hater.
About them Cowboys.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm an admitted hater, TJ. You know why? And it's not just because Stephen A. Smith and all of it. It is part of the fans, man. Y'all just make it hard to like the Cowboys. You make it so hard to like the Cowboys.
Full disclosure, these fans he's speaking about
or his brother and his cousin. That sounds like a family matter to me. That's personal. That's family issue. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
TJ, you one of the good ones.
TJ is. You are TJ.
I'm not talking about TJ. TJ doesn't count. He's one of the good ones.
One of the good ones? Well, wait a second now. What does that mean?
You're one of the good ones, CJ. But 3-7, you paid Dak, you paid CD, and you still ain't getting anything done on offense. You got no running game. You can't stop the run. Your defense can't stop a cold right now. Your defense, you got Micah Parsons. Now I understand you had some injuries to Micah Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence. I get that.
Yeah, that hurt.
All right, but still, you did not address what was the issue at the end of last season.
Nothing. Didn't do nothing. Mike.
Nothing. What did you do in the offseason to address the fact that you got to play in front? If you have an offense that plays in front, the Dallas Cowboys, your defense is made to get after the quarterback. Your defense is made to rush the quarterback. And why do you rush the quarterback? Because they got to pass the ball. And why would they pass the ball? Because the team is behind. Well, you haven't been behind.
Yeah, we got a defense meant for a lead.
You have a defense meant to go after the quarterback when they're behind because they're passing the football. Mm-hmm. If you got strong running games, which teams have known, like, we're going to run against this light-ass defense. Y'all light in the ass. That's what they say. You know, that's what they say, light in the ass, right? So they can run against that defense. And that's what they've been doing. Green Bay showed you the blueprint last year. And then how bad are you at home this year, bro? You have not won a home game this year. You used to dominate teams at home. Before the loss against Green Bay, you dominated teams at home. I think it was 16 in a row, 16-1 or whatnot. And then you lose Green Bay and you have not won a home game this year. And oh, by the way, you have not just lost every home game. You've gotten blown out and been behind by at least 20 points in every one of your home games this year. And you're blaming curtains? You're blaming the sun?
Drapes.
You're blaming drapes? Come on, man. Dallas Cowboys, number 2 on that list. But my number 1 disappointing team in the National Football League so far this year, the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals, 4-7 on the season. I know Bengals last year, it went great. But you got Joe Burrow back. He was healthy. You got one of the best receivers in the National Football League. You got an offense that's potent. You got a man right there in Joe Burrow who right now, if this team was 7-4, he'd be the front runner for the MVP. Having an outstanding season. I know Lamar Jackson is up there right now, but Cincinnati, that offense is not the problem. The defense has been an issue. But out of the 4 wins, guess who you beaten? You beaten the Panthers, you beaten the Giants, the Browns, and the Raiders. 4 teams that got a combined 9 wins this season. So the Cincinnati Bengals, you deserve to be the most disappointing team in the National Football League. Yeah, all right, we'll get one more. Yeah, thank you, George. You want more? One more? I got an honorable mention for you.
Huh?
The 4-6 Miami Dolphins. Disappointing. Honorable mention. That's one outside the top 5. This one, and I understand Tua. I understand Tua. I get that. But hey, injuries happen in the National Football League, right?
True that.
Do injuries happen in the National Football League?
Yep.
All right. Quarterbacks get injured all the time.
A hamstring ended my season.
That's why. And was there expectations for the Dolphins this year?
True.
Yes.
Right. Tua, you paid Tua, whatnot. There was 2 years ago, you was wondering if Tua could be a starting quarterback in the National Football League. Now you see how valuable he is. But one thing about the NFL and what every team needs to have, you got to have a serviceable backup. And because the Dolphins did not have a serviceable backup, they can't win. They got this fast team. You got Hill having the worst season of his career, going back to his rookie season. You got weapons all around, and you're just 4-6 on the season. So that's why I put the Dolphins on the outside looking in as the 6th most disappointing team in the National Football League. So a recap. 5 to San Francisco, 4 Chicago Bears, 3 to New York Jets, 2 to Dallas Cowboys, 1 to Cincinnati Bengals. Boom. There you go.
Boom.
What do you think?
I like it. I would have the Jets first.
You would have the Jets first? Yeah. Just because of Aaron Rodgers and all the hype that was around him?
Sure. The thing about the Bengals is that Joe Burrow is playing elite.
Yeah.
He's not getting a lot of help around him, especially on defense.
I mean, but still, 4-7. The record is what it is.
True.
And so overall, as a team.
I don't think anyone had the Bengals in the Super Bowl, though.
Bengals, they were, because Joe Burrow was coming back. I think because of Joe Burrow. That's just, and then, like I said, the expectations for me for the Jets, because the Jets got the longest playoff drought of any team in the National Football League.
Sports, right?
But 15 years?
Yeah.
It's been 15 years.
Yeah.
And once again, you're relying on a 40-year-old quarterback coming back from an Achilles injury
Well,
to get the job done.
reasonable people could have seen what was coming.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying my disappointment level isn't as high because I ain't expecting nothing out of the damn Jets. It's the Jets.
True.
It's the Jets.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.